You go out of the place, but not often if you have any sense, and if you're an entertainer like me, into the cold light of a morning filled with anything from the earlier dinosaurs to the later spacemen, who looked strangely similar except for size. Solely on doctor's orders, I have been on cosmic leave 6 times since coming to work at the place, meaning I have had 6 brief vacations, if you'd care to call them that, for believe me, they are busman's holidays, considering what goes on in the place all the time. The last one I spent in Renaissance Rome, where I got a crush on Cesare Borgia, but I got over it. Vacations are for the birds anyway, because they have to be fitted by the spiders into serious operations of the Change War, and you can imagine how restful that makes them. See those soldiers changing the past? You stick along with them. Don't go too far up front, though, but don't wander off either. Relax and enjoy yourself. Now, the kind of recuperation soldiers get when they come to the place is a horse of a far brighter color, simply dazzling by comparison. Entertainment is our business, and we give them a bang-up time and send them staggering happily back into action, though once in a great while something may happen to throw a wee shadow on the party. I am dead in some ways, but don't let that bother you. I am lively enough in others. If you met me in the cosmos, you would be more apt to yak with me, or try to pick me up, than to ask a cop to do the same, or a father to douse me with holy water, unless you're one of those hard-boiled reformer types. But you're not likely to meet me in the cosmos, because, bar Basin Street and the Prater, 15th century Italy and Augustan Rome, until they spoiled it, are my favorite, vacation spots, and as I have said, I stick as close to the place as I can. It is really the nicest place in the whole change world. Crisis. I even think of it capitalized. Anywho, when this thing started, I was twiddling my thumbs on the couch nearest the piano, and thinking it was too late to do my fingernails, and whoever came in probably wouldn't notice them anyway. The place was jumpy like it always is on an approach, and the grey velvet of the void around us was curdled with the uneasy lights you see when you close your eyes in the dark. Sid was tuning the maintainers for the pickup, and the right shoulder of his gold-worked grey doublet was streaked where he'd been wiping his face on it with quick ducks of his head. Beauregard was leaning as close as he could over Sid's other shoulder, one white-trousered knee neatly indenting the rose plush of the control divan, and he wasn't missing a single flicker of Sid's old fingers on the dials. Beau's co-pilot besides piano player. Beau's face had that dead blank look it must have had when every double eagle he owned, and more he didn't, were riding on the next card to be turned in the gambling saloon on one of those wedding cake Mississippi steamboats. Doc was soused as usual, sitting at the bar with his top hat pushed back and his knitted shawl pulled around him, his wide eyes seeing whatever horrors a life in Nazi-occupied Tsarist Russia can add to being a drunk demon in the change world. Maud, who was the old girl, and Lily, the new girl, of course, were telling the big beads of their identical pearl necklaces. You might say that all us entertainers were a bit edgy. Being demons doesn't automatically make us brave. Then the red telltale on the major maintainer went out, and the door began to darken in the void facing Sid and Beau, and I felt change winds blowing hard, and my heart missed a couple of beats. And the next thing, 3 soldiers had stepped out of the cosmos and into the place, their first 3 steps hitting the floor hard as they changed times and weights. They were dressed as officers of hussars, as we'd been advised, and praise the bonny Dieu, I saw that the first of them was Eric, my own dear little commandant, the pride of the von Hohenwald and the terror of the snakes. Behind him was some hard-faced Roman or other, and beside Eric, and shouldering into him as they stamped forward, was a new boy, blond, with a face like a Greek god who's just been touring a Christian hell. They were uniformed exactly alike in black, shakos, fur-edged pelisses, boots, and so forth, with white skull emblems on the shakos. The only difference between them was that Eric had a collar on his wrist, and the new boy had a black gauntleted glove on his left hand and was clenching the mate in it, his right hand being bare, like both of Eric's and the Romans. "You've made it, lads, hearts of gold," Sid boomed at them, and Beau twitched to smile and murmured something courtly, and Maud began to chant, "Shut the door," and the new girl copied her, and I joined in, because the change winds do blow like crazy when the door is open,